Francis Ngannou remained the UFC's heavyweight champion with a unanimous decision win over Ciryl Gane in the main event of UFC 270. Gane's fight IQ was on display early in the bout. He stifled Ngannou's power punching with a clinch-heavy game plan that saw him tie up the champion anytime he got within boxing range. While Gamin started to look more comfortable by the second frame, he continued to kick Ngannou's legs and body, keeping the Predator off balance and opening the lead on the scorecards. After the first two rounds, it looked as if Gane was going to be able to outpoint the champion, but Ngannou changed everything in the third round. Ngannou catch a kick and slammed Gane to the canvas. Gane worked his way back to his feet, but was taken down a second time later in the stanza. Ngannou threw a curveball in the third round. Without much success in the first two rounds on the feet, he took Gane down for the first time in his career. Ultimately, he wasn't able to do much damage, despite having him in side control and taking his back briefly. Ngannou continued to show off his takedown ability and grappling game in the fourth frame. He secured a takedown and kept Gane grounded. In the final round, Gane decided to take Ngannou down. Ngannou quickly reversed Gane and gained top control. Gane isolated a leg, but Ngannou escaped and maintained top control. For the first time in his career, Ngannou won a fight by decision. All three judges scored the fight for the Predator.
Well, I know that he's going to be a tough opponent. No doubt, I know him. Hey, it's been an incredible journey. It's been a very tough training camp, very tough 10 months.
Ngannou also revealed that he entered the fight on Saturday with an injured knee, and we can believe this because he won. It's not like he's making excuses.
Like 3 weeks ago, I hurt my knee, tore my MCL completely, hurt my ACL and all those stuff. Wanted to call out this fight, but couldn't see myself retreat from this fight because it was a moment for me to make a statement, and to remind people that I'm a champ.
It was Gane's first career loss. While disappointed with the result, Gane said that he's just getting started.
Congratulations for Francis. He did very well. I'm disappointed. I'm a little bit sad. But it's a good experience. It's a really good experience. And I think I'm just arriving in this game. So the future is in front of me.
But there was a small detail that everybody was talking about after the fight. Where was Dana White? Why didn't he wrap the belt around Francis? Many began to jump to conclusions, making theories about potential beef between the president of the UFC and the Predator. The Predator is now out of contract with the promotion after refusing to sign a new deal before the fight, stating he felt unprotected in terms they offered him. The UFC created an interim title just 5 months after Ngannou won the title last year. But White insists he was on good terms with the Cameroonian during fight week. UFC President Dana White claims there was nothing personal behind his absence from the octagon after the UFC 270 main event. Everybody knows that when a UFC championship fight ends, Dana White wraps the title around the waist of the winner. So, Dana wasn't there to do it after Francis Ngannou successfully unified the heavyweight title against Ciryl Gane this past Saturday in Anaheim, California, and there was a lot of speculation as to why. Most MMA fans say it had something to do with Ngannou's contractual issues with the promotion. However, Francis was not sure why Dana wasn't there to wrap the belt around him. The UFC heavyweight champion was asked during the post-fight press conference if he knew anything about Dana's whereabouts.
Why did that happen?
I don't know. You have to ask him.
So you did not have anything that you didn't say, I don't want to.
I do not have anything to do about that.
Okay.
I think that was their decision. I'm about to ask about that too.
One of the reporters also revealed to Ngannou that White chose not to attend the press conference, something very out of character for the UFC president, especially after such a big pay-per-view event. Ngannou seemed quite surprised when he found out Dana wasn't at the press conference either. You could even see how his face changed once the reporter told him.
And I guess that leaves, Dana doesn't come to the press conference. It makes the inference that it has something to do with you, right? So does it make you
come to the press conference?
He wasn't here, no. He wasn't here.
Okay. What? I didn't know that too.
The reason behind this theory is that the Predator has said more than once that he's not happy with the terms of his contract and has felt disrespected by the organization's treatment. But no one really knows about the terms of the contract or what Francis and his team are asking for. That information is only available for those involved.
Well, been a long time that I've been wondering about my future in the company, so nothing has changed. I'm still in the same position.
Ngannou's contract extended to the end of 2022 via champion's condition, but according to him and his team, he doesn't have to take a fight this year for the deal to run out. So it doesn't seem likely Ngannou would compete this year, as it was revealed on Wednesday that he's undergoing surgery on the injured knee he fought and won with at UFC 270. The UFC fan base led to speculation that Dana White was upset by Ngannou's victory and therefore escaped the arena floor instead of praising the champion and his belt. A narrative that was only reinforced by the UFC boss failing to attend the post-fight news conference. White spoke publicly for the first time on Wednesday, however, and said the reality is nothing of the sort. During an ESPN Plus Q&A hosted by Laura Sanko, White took the responsibility to explain the situation.
In the arena right after the co-main event, because there was stuff going on backstage that I was dealing with, but you know, for anybody to think that I was showing any type of disrespect toward Francis, I saw Francis all week, you idiots. I shook his hand. I said hi to him. I was out there for the stare downs, the whole thing. So for anybody to think that there was some type of disrespect shown toward Francis, I wasn't out there for Michael Bisping Rockhold's fight either, because I was dealing with some stuff. And I sprinted from the back. I didn't even have my jacket on. I was still in my only had my shirt on to go out there and put the belt on Bisping, but I couldn't make it out there to put the belt on Francis.
Dana seemed very annoyed with the accusations of him not wanting to wrap the belt around Francis, because, as he recalls, he has never disrespected any fighter after a championship fight, and if it ever looked like he did, he remembers every little detail. The only example White could point to was UFC 112, where Anderson Silva and Damian Maia put on a lackluster middleweight title contest in the UFC's debut event in Abu Dhabi, which held major significance due to new investments into the company from within the region.
There's only been one time that I've walked out on a fight and made it very clear. Showed up to the press conference and said, this is exactly why I left. It was in Abu Dhabi.
So it looks like Dana doesn't really have a problem with Francis after all. It was only a misunderstanding. But even after his statement during his interview with Laura, fans did not believe him and kept on accusing him. What do you think? Do you believe Dana, or does it seem more likely for him to have a problem with Francis? Let us know in the comments section down below.